the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you gotta Redneckanize. All right, everybody. Hey, welcome back. It's Ed with Redneckanize Radio, all things trucking and then some. You know, we're live here every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You can call in at 516-387-1733. We appreciate everybody joining us. And don't forget to check out our website, redneckanize.com. And go ahead and check, and please, if you could, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate that over there. If anybody hasn't checked that out before, we are a charity organization, a 501c3 certified charity, and it's an educational organization devoted to helping truckers deal with life out on the road. And of course, one of the things that we're most proud of is helping four-wheelers drive around big trucks. And we've got a bunch of videos out there like space management, following distance, turning, stuff like that, exiting and entering the interstates and the frontage roads, things like that. So we're really proud of that. And if you go check that out and like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff to those videos, comment, let us know how we're doing. We appreciate all that. And don't forget, one of the great sponsors of our charity, or one of the great sponsors of our organization, that we're proud to try to get into motion and get things going, because we just acquired Trucker Tools, the Trucker Tools app. They came on board. We got together just at the early part of 2020, and we were really excited about getting together at the truck show, at Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville. Of course, because of COVID, that didn't happen. So we're really excited about trying to get with them and do more with the truck shows with Trucker Tools. And if you can go check those out, you can download their app. It's the Trucker Tools app. You can get on there. You can book freight. You can track freight. You can search for Walmarts or truck stops, or even fuel stops. What am I want to say? Maintenance, service areas and stuff like that to get your truck worked on, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So you can download the app, and it's all kind of they wanted to create it like a all one place to go app. And the cool part about it is you go on there and you use the app, and of course if there's some things that you think need to be changed or upgraded or tweaked, you comment on it and you let them know you let them know, and they always try to go in there and change it, and they can always go in and change stuff, maybe create settings and stuff like that. And of course they're always wanting to help the driver, teach you got to learn how to use the app better, maybe that kind of thing. So they're the great truckertools.com, or you can download their app at any of the app stores. That's the Trucker Tools app, and let them know that you appreciate what they're doing, and you appreciate them supporting Redneckanize, and because we really appreciate them. So one of the cool things that I was going to dive in real quick, what I saw in the tool, or in the searching for trucker news and what's going on in the trucking industry, is there was an accident on Interstate 75. Now, before I dive into this at all, I just want to let you know that there is no kind of like explanation for their findings. But if anybody in Georgia knew, there was a big load of lumber that overturned out on the highway, just pretty much shutting down the whole interstate. And this was at 1:30. It says, let's see, when was this? I mean, I'm guessing it was like Thursday. It says 1:30 p.m. Cobb County, southbound Interstate 75, and there's a YouTube video from a drone or a camera or a traffic cam, and it basically, the truck is in like the one lane from the right, and all the lumber is just kind of just way out in all the other lanes. And I don't know if he like changed lanes real quick or something, but what they classified it as a strap failure. So they said the strap broke, but they're not. I mean, they haven't shown any pictures or any kind of indication that how they came to that determination. It just says that on Thursday, the Georgia Department of Public Safety took to social media to clarify that the lumber spill was caused by strap failure and not a problem with load securement. The agency reminded truck drivers to check their straps for defects before use. And I didn't think that was that big of a problem. I didn't know straps failed a lot. Sometimes I think that straps fail because drivers use like light straps for heavy loads, but lumber, I don't know. I didn't know that was a big problem a lot of times, but nobody really likes to haul lumber. Lumber, it used not to pay very much. Nobody liked hauling it because you always had to tarp it. This wasn't tarped. Maybe if it was tarped, you probably would have had it better, but it wasn't tarped. And it looks like that it's a flat top truck. It's an International with a flat sleeper, but the scoop had a scoop on the top, and the scoop came off and went all the way forward. So Yeah, and this one picture has it where the lumber has spilt like all in front of the truck and on the side of the truck. So it definitely hit the truck. The lumber did, and looks like it knocked the top scoop off the top of the roof of the truck. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, there's a bunch of pictures. The Georgia Department of Public Safety, they've got a Twitter account, and of course the traffic people in Atlanta and all that. So it's really interesting. And like I said, people talk about flatbed all the time, and a lot of things they don't want to mess with. And of course, a lot of times it's you don't want to mess with it because you have to tarp it, or you don't want to mess with it because there's certain things you got to do with it. And I always thought people didn't like lumber because it was a lot of work that didn't pay a lot. And I don't know how this one, like I said, we don't know because they didn't specify why the strap broke. I would have liked to have seen them put a picture out of the strap itself to see what it looked like, the broken strap. Sometimes the just other things give way, so you never know. But yeah, that's what we're all talking about, and things like that, trying to get ready for next year's truck show. Of course, when 2021 came around, the truck shows all came out and said they're just going to cancel. And the reason that is because a lot of the states had not released their COVID restrictions for gatherings, so they made it mandatory where you had to have certain things done and everything. So a lot of the shows said, you know what, we're not going to do all that stuff. We're just going to wait and see what all, because a lot of the sponsors were like, well, if we can't just pack the halls and get everybody inside and everything, we just don't want to mess with it. So that's what they kind of did, kind of knocked that out, and they just said, you know what, we'll just wait till next year. So it was funny because it was like November of last year is when the Dallas Truck Show came out, and they're in August. And so they said, we're not going to, and it wasn't until like maybe the end of January when Matt's, because they're in March, they came out and said they're not doing it. And a lot of the other shows, they just kind of dialed it down, and they've kind of like, maybe had something, but it wasn't like a big show they always had. And of course, all the others are basically at truck stops or what have you. So they're not really that, that big at all, really. The one always in Joplin, it's outside. It's usually sometimes there's two. There's one at the Petro, and then there's one, of course, at the Chrome Shop Mafia place, 4 State Trucks, which is across the street. So usually they have two there during the year, and those Jubilees that they have, with the Iowa 80 and all that. I'm not too sure if they've cranked it up and started that back up again, but if they have, they haven't really advertised it that much. It's not as much as I've always seen in the past. So it's kind of what they can do. But yeah, you can join us here, 516-387-1733. You can listen along, or to be a part of the conversation, you just hit 1, and we'll be glad to get you in here.
It's what my daddy did, and it's what I do. Between the two of us, there ain't a town we ain't been.